it does feel like rather a brave choice inviting someone from New Zealand to speak to a room full of Australians. Yeah, luckily I'm not here to talk about rugby. Yeah, or the origins of pavlova. Yeah, we all know it was created in New Zealand. And I qualify as a rural doctor in Australia, given I'm from New Zealand, your most remote Australian state. Which means technically you're all extremely rural in New Zealand, being from the West Island and all. But seriously, I'm here today to add to the discussion about sustaining the rural workforce. And I want to be very clear that burnout is not a personal failure. And what I'm offering today is really just harm reduction. Small actions to protect you and your team while we wait for bigger systemic changes to occur. But before we talk about that, raise your hand if you've ever been to a well-being talk. Yeah? Yeah, who's been to more than 10? Yeah? Yeah, who's been to more than you wanted to, but they were compulsory? Great. So you may be relieved to know that this is not a standard well-being talk, because I suspect most of us don't need any more oversimplified advice about drinking water or working less. Now let's think about those moments in the day when things just start to turn a bit pear-shaped. You know, things aren't working out, we're running behind, one thing stacks on top of another. And without even thinking about it, we do something like this. Just a slow inhale, a tiny top up, and a long exhale out. It's like conducting an orchestra. Let's try that together. Right, now everyone. Right, this time as loud as you can. Not polite, not professional. You're in Australia, you'll be right. Just big. Lovely. We all just did the big sigh. And when do we ever do that together? Maybe in an antenatal birthing class? We find out we didn't win lotto. Or when the All Blacks beat the Wallabies in the Bledisloe Cup. Yeah, again. Now, if you're wondering why we just did the big sigh together, good. It's important. We'll come back to it. Because over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to share 3 small changes that can help reduce burnout for ourselves and for the people around us. So speak, support, settle. 3 things that any of us can do starting right after this talk. So notice when the pressure is building and you put a lid on it. And notice the ducks in your team who are paddling frantically below the surface. And notice the wake you're leaving behind you, and settle yourself before you walk into a room. Burnout doesn't just come from pressure. It comes from pressure that doesn't get settled, and that no one supports, and that no one speaks. And those are 3 things that you can change individually. Speak 1 emotionally accurate sentence. Support by starting the workplace conversation. And settle by adding the big sigh regularly into your day. They're 3 small things, but they could change a lot for that person sitting in the car tomorrow morning, or working till 4 a.m. tonight, or about to leave a job they love. That person might be on your team. They might be in your family. They might be you. Because I'm fine is not a long-term strategy. Let's aim for honesty over heroics. Thank you.